All right, y'all, I'm back from my workspace, but I do want to talk to y'all about consistency today. It's just something about it. Like, whenever we're starting to have that journey of growth and just growing into the places that we want to be in life or accomplishing the goals that we want to achieve, there's going to be moments in between setting that intention and having everything come into fruition where we're going to think, oh, this ain't gonna work. It's not happening. And we can be this close to having that goal, but without that consistency, you can set yourself all the way back to square one. And I just want to remind you that your goal, your intention in life, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, whether it's academically, career-based, within yourself, relationships, etc., whatever your goal is, I want you to continue at it and know that it is going to happen. And we do have those times where it's hard to reflect on that progress. And I feel like sometimes imposter syndrome is a big deal. And it's like a big factor and contributor to us not being able to process that we're coming along pretty well. Like we're getting to that goal, and sometimes the goal has come into fruition and we can't even realize it because we're on to the next thing. So take a break, take a moment, whatever it is that you're working towards. If you're feeling discouraged or feeling like you may not hit that mark, I have this thing where I'll look at other goals that I set before and see how they fell through, if they did, and I can look at that falling through, that failure, that loss, that lesson, and go, this is why it didn't work. And typically, it's because there was a lack of consistency or there was a failure, a loss, and I didn't get back into it. That's a part of that journey and being persistent in whatever it is that you want to achieve. You don't stop till you get there. So that's one way you can look at it. But I want you to also assess the things that did happen, the things that you did want to achieve, whether it's the space that you're in, or like something that you own. I know for me, I think about my car. For the longest, I was like, I want X model of car. I wanted to have this many miles. I wanted to look like X, Y, and Z. And I got just that. And every day when I go out to my car, I have that reminder of, I did it. Like, this is what I wanted. And dang if I didn't get it. And I want you to have that mindset with anything in this world that you want to achieve. Even the most grandiose goals, there's going to be people and naysayers that'll try to knock you off your horse, or not knock you off your horse, because that's like a negative thing. When people be like, oh, knock you off your high horse. But, you know, there's people that's going to try to bring you down and belittle your dreams for the sake of their own, or not being able to be consistent in their own and solid within themselves. And I feel like that is one thing that consistency helps as well. Just having that connection with yourself and your goal and what you want to achieve, and moving towards that and continuing on that path will help you to improve your self-esteem, your self-worth, who you are as a person. And then it'll be less of imposter syndrome, and you won't be thinking like, oh, there's no way I can achieve that. Yes, you can, and you will. And you'll be able to give yourself more accreditation and just know your value and your worth. And as you go on, it's like a muscle. It'll get easier and easier. And so we do have to do like some of the heavy lifting at first with ourselves, just to have that consistency and working towards what it is that we want. But once you show yourself that you're worth it, show yourself that you can do it and achieve it, and just reflect on the things that you already have done and achieved, you got everything that you want. You just got to really put in the work and be steadfast. There's going to be times where you're not going to feel like it. I know right now as well. I had to cut for a second. But there's going to be times where you have to put in the work and do what you need to do, but you're not going to feel like it. You may be sad, you may be tired, you may be exhausted, you might not feel like it in general. You just might not want to do it. But you do it. You stay steadfast on what you set your intention on. You said you wanted to have this goal. How bad do you want it? Ultimately, that's the big question. How bad do you want it? Do you want that thing to be there for you on your rainy days, on your happy days, on your in-between days? You got to be there for that thing. It's like, it's relational, you know? What you want wants you. When you act like you don't want it, it's not going to want you. So you got to make sure you're standing on your business and get into it anytime, any day. And I know that's a big thing for me right now. I've been like trying to set fitness goals. I feel like that's a really cliche thing, or maybe like not cliche, but more commonplace goal of like, I want to have X, Y, and Z results from my workouts. But then I do have days where I'm like, oh, like, you know, I'm not really feeling like it. But even if I feel like tired or something, I at least make sure to get to the gym or get to a workout. It may not be that workout that I set out to do, but I tell myself, hey, I'm still going to go and I'm going to work on this portion of it. That's going to help me to boost and build, even though I am tired. I can do this much today. So you got to break things down for yourself, even if it's like, yeah, just breaking it down and making it smaller to keep that consistency and to keep that ball rolling. Because the moment you stop the ball rolling, it's going to get heavy. And like I said, you're going to reset. So you got to stand on that. The purpose of me being here today is to let you know that you're capable of achieving anything that you want to in this world, just as long as you believe in yourself and you're true to yourself. Because the moment you don't be, you're lying to yourself. You're deceiving yourself. That self-esteem is going to go, self-worth, everything else. So continue to build onto your character and who you are and focus on your goals. Stand on them even when you don't feel like it, even when the world's wanting you not to feel like it. Let that be your fuel too. Sometimes there's things in this world that will try to knock us off of our consistency. Do it out of spite. Get your things done. You're amazing. I love you. Thank you for being here with me today. And I'm wishing you the best on your journey.